Hello everyone, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. It is already time to update my project pan. This month is a refresh month, so I'm going to be switching out seasonal products that I used in the spring and early summer, and switching them out for different ones, namely my highlighter and my blush. And I'm even going to start rolling in like a monthly lipstick, which will be a new thing. All the new things I'll be rolling in will be at the end of the video, but first we'll be going through all of my progress on these products that I am trying to finish or hit pan on. I think this is my first month this year where I don't have an actual empty, which is always so sad when this happens, but when you're working on a lot of products that take a long time to finish up, this happens from time to time. So let us begin with the products. So starting with my sunscreen. I rolled this in last month, and look, this is where it was, and this is all that's left. And that's because I've also been using this on my hands and arms and my chest, not just my face. This did expire in June. There's only a little bit left. I'm gonna go ahead and finish it. I do expect this to be an empty at my next update. And honestly, it feels really good to get good use out of this and not just throw it away. I never did say what this was. This is from Versed. This is their Guards Up Daily Mineral Sunscreen, which is SPF 35. The foundation that I have been working on is from MAC. This is the Studio Radiance Face and Body. I have the shade N3 here, and this is where I was. And this is where I am now. I used a good, decent chunk of that during the month of June, which I am very happy to see. I do want to get as much of this used up during the summer as possible because it is a little too dark for me. I do tend to bring it down my neck to try and blend it a little bit more so it's not quite so stark. For some reason in the summer, I feel like I can pull it off. In the winter, it looks a little odd, so I'm definitely trying to get as much use out of this right now as possible. Well, I do want to finish it before winter comes. So that much usage makes me happy, but I still have a decent amount left. The setting mist that I've been working on is from Skindinavia. I will put on the screen the amount that I used up last month and then like the total that I've used up so far. It is really hard to tell. I just took off the lid to try and look in there to try to estimate where this product is at. I would say maybe around here, so less than half left. I know I said this last time, but this is not one of those products that I am struggling to use. I really, really like this one, so I'm just enjoying the process of finishing this one. My eyeliner from Wet n Wild looks like this now, so it's getting smaller and smaller. This is where I was a month ago. This is where I am now. So now we are halfway through the year, which makes me wonder, am I going to be able to finish this by the end of the year? And looking at how much I have used up in the first 6 months, I think there's a possibility. I think I can do it. Again, I'll have to keep my use very consistent and making sure to sharpen it regularly to keep it hygienic. I think I can do it. Okay, moving on to some lip products. So I just rolled in this lip gloss from Causemetics last month. It was there and it's about here. So that's pretty good progress for 1 month's worth of use. I have been very consistent with putting this on almost every single day. And this is one of those products that I can reapply a lot. It's just kind of serum-y and it kind of disappears quickly. So it makes it much easier to use up that way versus something that's really thick and opaque. I think it'll be a challenge to actually finish this in July, but I would love to finish this in July. I was hoping that by the end of June, I would have at least 2 glosses finished this year, and I've only got 1 so far, so I'm already behind on my goals for finishing up lip glosses this year, but so far, this one is going very well. If I can't finish it in July, it will be an August empty. The lip liner that I just rolled in last month, still have a lot left on this one. This is the shade Beeper from Colourpop. And I tend to use this more as an actual lipstick versus a lip liner. It's just super, super creamy. And so even though I only used this a couple times last month, I was able to make a new mark on my paper. That is where I was, that's where I am. And I really think I sharpened it maybe 1 time. As expected for rolling this in the summer, it's just not a shade I reach for too often in the summertime. I expect to be using this a lot more in the fall. But for now, I still have it in the project. I'm still gonna keep track of usage, but I'm very interested once I start using this consistently how fast it will go. The lip mask I've been working on from Sigma. This past month, I really expanded the little pan. Well, not pan, I don't know, because there's no pan. But the bottom of the jar, you can see I used up a lot compared to last time. There's something in this balm. I gotta get it out. I don't know what that is. Little fleck of something. So again, I've been very consistent with this as well, every morning and every evening. This has been a great nighttime lip mask. It really hangs on. It's not one that disappears right away. This is another product. It's slow and steady, but I'm enjoying the process because I like it so much. Now we get to the little mini Nude Sticks bronzer that I'm trying to finish. This is how much is left. So it's going a little slower than I was expecting, but I'm still making consistent progress. I used this 11 times last month, which is consistent to the month before that. And then the month before that, I used this 15 times. So if I want to speed up usage on this, I'm gonna have to start using it more. I gotta be honest, in the summer, I do tend to wear less makeup, but I'm gonna keep plugging away at this, comparing it to photos from other months. I can definitely tell a difference. I'm also going to put on the screen weight difference usage for this one. Sometimes it can be hard to see visually, and I should have started marking this on a paper, but I didn't. So we're gonna have to go by pictures and by weight. Okay, so now we get to two products that are rolling out. One would be the highlighter I've had in for the past 3 months. This is the Flower Beauty Day Glow Highlighting Glaze. I'm gonna show you on the screen how it looked when I rolled it in and all the subsequent months. I hit pan on this fairly quickly, and I have been enjoying using it so much. This is how it looks now, so I've been able to expand the pan very well. I'm very, very happy with that. I used this 11 times last month. It's like the most perfect summer highlight. I know not everyone's into a balmy highlight because it can leave, I feel like, the slightest bit of tack on your skin, but it's not the sort of like sticky gumminess that will make my hair stick to my face. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm applying lip gloss to my face, if that makes sense. Just kind of balmy. I love it. Oh, it's gorgeous, but this will be rolling out. I'm very, very happy that I reached my goal of pan, and a decent pan too. Like, it's not just an itty bitty one. Love having pan on a highlighter. It's a big deal for me. Moving on to blush. The blush I've had in for the past 3 months is this Cloud Paint from Glossier. So this is the shade Beam. And when I rolled it in, it was completely full. There was like a big air bubble back here. I am so happy that now you can actually see progress on it. The air bubble is gone, and you can see the actual product is starting here. Past 3 months, I used this 27 times. That's 3 less than my goal of using it 30 times, but I'm still pretty happy with that. This is way more than I would have gotten use of just by itself. And I really do love the Glossier Cloud Paint. I feel like I would own more colors if I didn't already have such a large blush collection. This has to be one of my favorite formulas, and so it's been an absolute delight to work on it. I forgot to tell you how many times I used this in the past 3 months. It was 32 times. Anyway, but both of these are rolling out. Just a couple more products that we could talk about roll-ins. So the hand lotion I've been working on is this one from Serum Kind, and I realized I just now forgot to mark it. I feel like I forgot to use this last month. It's been a little bit of usage, but in the summer in general, I tend to not use nearly as much lotion as I usually do. So that much usage in the month. This could easily be an empty for next month as well. And then the hair product I've been working on is this from Kenra. I think I just rolled this in last month. I'll put on the screen how much I used over the month. This is not a product I remember to use every day, but I have been making an effort to use it, so I see that there was some difference, at least in the weight on this one. This is what they call the glass spray, and it seems to be like a very light hold hairspray product. Who knows how long this will take? I have no idea. Okay, we got to the fun part. Let's talk about roll-ins. Blush first. I'm gonna roll in this one from Natasha Denona. This is the Puff Paint in the shade Daria. I actually had a really, really, really difficult time choosing a blush. I have several blushes that are around this shade, all of which I enjoy immensely, all of which I've never rolled into a project pan, and I would love to get more usage on them. But I decided this one because it's the most expensive. I would like to get my money's worth. So let me give you a quick little swatch. It does have a doe foot. Oh, it's such a pretty serum blush, absolutely gorgeous. And it's not too pigmented like other liquid blushes are. Like, this is one that's just really, really easy, very skin-like. And even though it is a serum blush, and you can see it's got a little bit of kind of like a dewy look to it, to me, it has always set down completely. Like, even now, it is not dewy or wet, and it's like there on my skin. It's not coming off. Anyway, I love this for a summer blush, and so I'm very, very much looking forward to using it. My goal for this is going to be the same as I always have when I roll in a seasonal blush. 10 times per month or 30 times during the season. I'm also going to weigh this one out of curiosity to see how much I can use up over the course of 30 uses. I've had this in my blush for a couple of years already, actually. I got it in either 2021 or 2022, so 2 or 3 years I've had this already, and so this already has pretty significant usage for me, and I just know I'm gonna love this. The highlighter I'm gonna roll in is one that you have probably seen in other people's project pans. This is a very popular highlighter to pan, it seems, and I'm ready to give it a shot. So this is from Colourpop. This is the shade Lunch Money, and it is truly still one of the best highlighters. It is so smooth. I realized I had cat hair on mine. Anyway, my goal for this is the 30 use goal, but it would be even more amazing if I could actually hit pan. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that. I have seen other people work on this highlighter and it is a monster to finish or even to hit pan on. But that's what the highlight looks like. Oh my word. So beautiful. No chunky specks of any glitter. Just a beautiful glow. But you can see I already have a decent dip in this one. I really am not sure how much it will take to hit pan. And I've never hit pan in a Colourpop highlighter before. A friend of mine has a very, very significant pan in hers, but I know that she uses a lot more highlighter than I do. So we'll see if I can do it in the next 3 months. Again, the goal is hit pan, or at least 30 uses, not to finish up. Okay, now for the seasonal lipstick, oh, another one I had a really hard time choosing. I said seasonal, I meant monthly. I just have too many lipsticks that I have been neglecting. Instead of going with like a super seasonal color, I tried to pick a lipstick that would go really well with my lip liner and one of my oldest lipsticks in general. So this is from Almay. I believe I've had this since 2020, so it's getting up there. This is the Lip Vibe lipstick in the shade Go Wild. And this is a pretty light neutral. So on me, I mean, it can look pretty pale. So in general, I like to pair it with a darker lip liner, but the formula of this is absolutely divine. I know I've mentioned it many times as something at the drugstore that is surprisingly nice. Like the formula just feels very expensive. It's so smooth and glidey. I'm trying to decide what my goal is for this. Initially, I wanted to give myself a 10-use goal, and that could apply to using it on lips or cheeks as a blush. And if I decide I want to keep the lipstick in longer, I can choose to do that as well. This is definitely an experiment. Sometimes when I roll in a certain type of product, I learn very quickly I don't want to pan it. And I kind of got burned out panning the last lipstick, but I still want to work on my lipsticks. So this is my solution for now. We'll see how it goes working on a different one every month. I think I'm gonna give myself a goal of 10 uses for this month. We'll see where we go from there. And that's my update. Thank you so much for watching. You've made it to the end of the video, which is where I always like to talk about my tea of the day. I've been feeling kind of scratchy, almost, I'm thinking not necessarily sore throatish, but just kind of allergy-ish. Whenever I feel like that, I drink black tea. I don't know if it's true or not, but maybe I'm perpetuating something wrong. I don't know. But I've always read that black tea is really good for when you're sick. I guess I don't know if that's true, but I made myself this delicious, oh, it's absolutely delightful. This black tea from Tea Viver. I've mentioned it many times before on my channel, and I'm probably gonna be mentioning it again because I'm trying to finish this current bag that I have. This is Dragon Pearl black tea. It has notes of cocoa, so it's one that I generally always like to keep in my collection. This current bag that I have, it's getting old. I gotta order some new ones. But even though it's older, it still has that wonderful chocolate aftertaste, and it does feel very soothing. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you are having a wonderful summer. I will see you again very soon in the next one. Bye.